Note: this video is intended to give a general overview of the installation process. Please read and follow the printed installation guide to ensure a complete and proper track pan installation. Installation of the Ultra track pans begins with the installation of the manifold. Once the best location for the manifold is determined, remove the ballast from between the railroad ties. After removing the ballast and clearing a sufficient amount of space, slide the manifold under the rails and rail ties. The edge of the center drain should be placed at 27.5 inches from the web of the rail. After ensuring that the manifold is level with the rail ties, 1-inch boards should be clamped to the drain to prevent movement when the void under the manifold is backfilled. If possible, have additional personnel stand on the boards as added support to prevent the manifolds from moving. Preparation for side track pans. Note: although the installation of the center pans will come first in the process, this step should be done before starting the center pan installation to ensure the proper installation of the side pans later. Loosen the bolts on 2 side pan rail clips as far as possible without completely removing it. Space out the 2 side pan rail clips evenly throughout the length of the side pan, making sure that the location of each side pan rail clip is between the railroad ties. With the L portion of the side pan rail clip aligned towards the field side of the rail, slide the other end of the side pan rail clip under the rail and pull back until it is secure against the rail. Installation of center track pans. After initial placement of the center track pan, insert 4 wooden spacers to ensure that the center pan is centered between the rails. After measuring to determine the center of the pan, drill a starter hole. Using a router, cut a hole in the track pan using the manifold piping underneath as a guide. Remove any dust or shavings from the cutting area. After removing or lifting the center pan, apply adhesive to the drain. Carefully replace the center pan, making sure to line up the drain with the hole in the pan. Reinsert spacers and clamp the pan to the drain. Allow the adhesive to completely dry. Connecting multiple center pans. Important: beginning with the second pan, gluing the center track pan to the manifold and gluing the center track pan to the next center track pan in the system must be done concurrently to ensure proper placement. Note: if the next center pan also has a drain in it, please repeat the previous steps first before connecting the pans together. After ensuring that the flow-through holes line up properly, pull back the second pan and apply adhesive around the flow-through holes on both pans. If the second pan has a drain, apply adhesive to the manifold at this time as well. Carefully place the second pan back in place while lining up the flow-through holes and drains. Installation of side track pans. Assuming drains are being installed, use the same procedure that was used for the center pans to cut the drains in the side pans. Apply adhesive to the manifold in the same manner as the center pans. Stand the contoured field side of the side pan into the notches on the 2 L portions of the side pan rail clips. Insert the 2 5/4 board shims between the rail and the edge of the side pan. With the shims in place, tighten the bolts of the side pan rail clips until the clips are holding the side pan against the shims. After lining up the drilled holes on the end wall of the beginning side pan with the drilled holes on one end wall of the second side pan, pull back the second pan enough to be able to apply the adhesive to the outside of the end walls that will be attached together. Push the second pan into the first pan while keeping the first pan in place, carefully aligning the flow-through hole in each pan. With the shims in place, tighten the bolts of the side pan rail clips until the clips are holding the side pan against the shims. This same process will be repeated assuming there are side pans on the opposite side. If using gaskets to seal the ultra-track pans to the rails, position one gasket on each side of the center track pan and one gasket between the rail and the side pan. Install the seam covers at each center pan-to-pan connection using the same adhesive that was used for attaching the pans together. If using grates as a walking surface for the ultra-track pans, prepare the grates for each center pan by inserting 2 grating pedestals into the underside of each grate. These pedestals will prevent the grates from sagging over time. Install the seam covers at each side pan-to-pan connection. If using grates, install them into the side pans at this time. Note: pedestals are not required for the side pans. Your track pan installation is now complete. For more information on the Ultra Track pans, please contact us at 904-292-1611 or visit us on the web at www.trackpans.com.